Hello, welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. This is the latest DLC that's been released, which is Extinction. The character I've got here, interestingly enough, it's not a new character that I'm using. I'm actually using a character who's been around the block a bit. He's been through the island. He's been through Scorched Earth. He's done Ragnarok, he's done the Center, and he's I think the last one I had him doing was Aberration, so he got as far as doing the gamma level, I think it was, wasn't it? Just drop some of this rubbish. Yeah, so I got him as far as like the gamma level for Rockwell. Yeah. So it was the gamma level that he did. It's a pretty difficult one to do on your own, so I need to go back to that at some point to do the beta and the alpha levels, because obviously that impacts the that level you can get to with your character. And I'm going to need quite a few levels here because he's pretty much maxed out. There's new engrams to learn. The reason I didn't go for a completely new character, which is what I typically do when a new map lands, I tend to just start completely from scratch, is it's basically because I've done it that many times, and after a while it starts to get a bit boring, just repeating the same thing of learning how to do thatch, learning how to do wood, learning how to do stone, and so on. But it's also because there's actually resources on this map that allow you to make some of the things from Aberration. Now unfortunately you can't learn the engrams from Aberration on this map, you've got to learn them on Aberration. So it's kind of like giving me more of an incentive really to bring this dude across. Oh no, I have to be careful there because there's a dillo. So I've already had a bit of a look around this map before. I mean, I've been here, there, and everywhere just to have a bit of a scout around and see what's out there. It's definitely interesting. I mean, there's some interesting new resources to gather. There's some interesting new dinosaurs to tame. Well, I'm assuming some of them you can tame. Some of them you've actually got to build. You can't. It's like these enforcers, self-defense units out there, for instance. You can't tame any of them, but you can build your own enforcer, you can build your own scout. I haven't jumped ahead in any way in learning about everything there is about this map to find out what is out there. I've just gone by what I've seen so far. So I've seen, so like, there was a gas bag out there. There's quite a few of those there. That's going to be an interesting tame. I know that already because I've tried that before. From what I could tell, it wasn't a passive tame, but it was. I mean, I was putting that many sort of like darts into it. It was just getting crazy. But then I noticed there was tech dinosaurs on here, and I must have forgot to turn off the some of the events on this. So I've ended up just doing a complete wipe of. I've totally reset all the settings because the settings have changed a lot since ARK created this. I mean, I've been through sort of like early access and beyond, and there's a lot of changes that got made. I mean, when I started, you know, the flyers were a lot quicker and so on. That was all taken away. Things were changed here, there, and everywhere. So because this character's been around for so long, I thought what I'd do is, I mean, I'm running this on a PC. I run it on my own computer, so it's run as a local server. It only exists when the computer's on. So obviously, when I exit ARK and turn the PC off, this whole thing shuts down, so nothing goes on while I'm away. Whereas, like on an official server or a public server out there, there's always that risk of you know. Something happening to you, character, while you're away. Whereas in my case, as soon as I turn the computer off, that's it. The game stops. So I don't have to be that particularly careful once I've finished the game. But no, because of all the changes over time, what I decided to do was I've done a complete reset of the map. My character still knows about these areas, so as far as the map itself goes, it knows about them, but it hasn't actually done much out here. So there's nothing being built or anything. Nothing out here is being tamed. So what I'm doing is I'm just going around. I need some I really need some clothes, because it's what's interesting about this place, it's actually quite warm. Yeah, it's about 35 degrees now. You've got these enforcers, like these ones, the different coloured ones I've noticed. Some of them are just like silver, this one's a bit of gold, and I don't think it reflects in the level at all. You can attack them, and then you'll get a blueprint. You can get, because you can make your own. There are terminals around the city where I'm at the moment. That's what this like diamond thing in the middle. It's the city. And you can find these enforcers here, and there are terminals in the city I found that allow you to make these. You can gather resources off them as well, which would be useful. Let's just see if I put them on yet. No. Let's see if I can make any tools yet. So in this particular playthrough, I'm not going to start from scratch as such. I mean, I'm not going to be going through the process of building sort of like thatch things and then wood things and stone things. I'm just going to go straight to stone. I've already picked out an area I want to start in. It's off the ground. It's on one of the. If you look at the city, there's these. You've got these platforms off. You know, you've got all the buildings and the walkways that are off the ground. So I want to make use of those. The reason being is it's pretty quiet up there. There are things out there to give you grief. I mean, what I found up there tends to be like things like spiders, for instance, raptors, hyaenodons, dillos. Trying to think what else I've seen. There's some carnivores as well. They've typically just stayed around on the ground floor area. So to make my life easier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a kind of just a basic settlement over there off the ground. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a sort of like an enclosure on the ground floor where I'll be keeping an ankylosaurus, because I want to be able to harvest the metal better, and then I'll just get myself a pretty low level or whatever I can find as far as ankies go to begin with, just so I can speed up the metal process. And what I'll have is a crafting area, just so I can get up to speed with long neck rifle, metal tools and so on. There's where I'm going to go to, there's a water source fairly close by. What I can then do is I can do my own kibble farm there just to begin with. I'll just put a basic greenhouse in there and start growing some crops. That way I can get myself a pretty good pteranodon, so I can then start going out and looking around for other tames. I mean, in my earlier travels I didn't find much in terms of Argies. There were pretty low level ones that I found. They're out. There weren't any in the city. In the city there's quite a lot of Tapijaras and pteranodons, but I much prefer to get myself an Argie. I know there's a new dinosaur out there. I think it's a snowy owl. I came across one of those when I was looking over at the snow biome, but I'm not going to jump straight into that. I'm just going to try and keep it simple to begin with, just to get at my bearings and get a feel for the place, and then I'll start actually going out to try and tame the actual dinosaurs that belong to this map. Now, I just need to get my bearings, because where I'm going is fairly close by to where we're at. It's right on the edge. Yeah, it's right on the edge of the city. I mean, one thing I do with this, with ARK, is I like to keep a level playing field. I like to try and keep a level playing field. So what I'd do is I have, I've got the difficulty set to 1, and I've got the override set to 6. So pretty much no matter where I go on whatever map, I'll get dinosaurs up to level 180. So here, this is where I'm at, and this is where I want to start building. So down on this level, I'm at risk, especially from that. There's an entrance over there. If you look over there, for instance, over there, you can see looks like glass of some sort, and that's the kind of a barrier for the place. I mean, over there there's a dead body belonging there to me when I was on a bit earlier, but I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm not really bothered about that one. Right over there looks like to be the entrance or the exit from the city. So it's looking on the map, we're down just around about the south area of the city. But while I was looking around, I mean, I spent quite a while having a good look. Over here is quite useful. I found, oh, there's a spider. Over there, there's a. See if I can get this enforcer to have a bit of fun with it. Oh, that's not interesting anyway. Yeah, so you get carnos, those carnos, hyenodons, raptors, all sorts coming over there. So I don't want to be having to build all walls and everything off at this early stage. I want to keep things as simple as possible. But there's a ramp up there. That makes things a lot easier, because up on that level I've noticed there's nothing seems to be going up there for some strange reason. There are spiders on the higher levels, very, very few. I don't know whether it's because it's on a single server and there's just me. Oh, there's a blooming raptor. Yeah, some annoying raptors over there. Where I want to go is up here, and unfortunately there's a couple of raptors over there. But the reason I wanted to come here is there's, although it's fairly quiet, you can still get attacked by things on the ground. So what I want to do is I want to go up there. I want to build just a basic place for doing the crafting, really. Because over here there's a lot of metal. There's metal nodes over here, stone nodes. There's crystal over there. And just around that corner over there is a good supply of water. So it's a pretty good place just for getting my feet, basically. Just to, you know, give me a foothold on this map. So just hopefully those raptors haven't come up here. See, if you look at that, it's about 3:30 in the morning and it's not dark at all. I mean, I don't know if that's a glitch or something, but it's because my settings are just set on the default settings. They're on set to 1 for daytime, nighttime, and so on. That was the reason I did it, was because of the fact that this. I mean, when it's dark, it's a bit of a pain trying to see anything, and for anybody who's watching it to see anything. But I've left them at 1 when I did a complete reset, because, you know, despite the time, you can see there look like little stars or something, or maybe it's orbital debris or something, I don't know. But there's nothing, there's no actual night time as such, so I'm not too fussed about the daytime and nighttime settings. I mean, I've tweaked the harvesting settings a bit because there's just myself who's playing this, so I'm at a major disadvantage of from tribes who'll play the game. The taming speed I've increased because same sort of reason. It would just take forever. I mean, I don't have time to just literally sit around for 24 hours or whatever it is to tame a dino. I mean, I get the idea behind it, but it's the practicality. It's just ridiculous. It's just I'm not doing that. I want a game that I can play and enjoy. So I do have the taming increased to make it a bit quicker. Same for the breeding as well. I want it to. I don't want to spend too long on the imprint dinos. But what I'm going to do is, now that I've got here, is basically I'm just going to harvest wood, thatch, stone, and put down some basic foundations, get myself some forges set up. The next step is then to get a smithy set up, and then I've got to start going around looking to build an enclosure. Now, what I'm going to do is right over there, right over that way over there, I'm going to build a little enclosure to keep an Anki in, and then I can run around this area with the Anki gathering metal. But the priority now is really I need to collect a load of wood, stone and thatch so that I can just get this little area built, get myself a bed, get myself a campfire so I can start cooking meat and so on. And once I've done that, I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've managed to gather a few resources and I've built some foundations. Now, what I do is I don't use the original vanilla craftings tools, to be honest. I just go for S+. I know it's does make life a lot easier. One of the problems you don't get is having to keep rebuilding things if you break something, you know, like with the vanilla system. One of the problems I found with that is if I were to build some foundations for fences, for instance, and then it comes to putting the wall on and the wall doesn't fit, you've pretty much got to break it and rebuild it, and that was getting ridiculous for me, for like the amount of time you've spent gathering resources and making things and breaking things because it don't go quite the way you planned. So I went with the S+ because it makes life so much easier. Because I mean, I can just, if I want this, if this isn't exactly where I want it to be, I can just pick it back up. It's easier for things to fit together. The whole crafting system overall was, you know, base building and what have you, is just so much easier. It's just minor things though, just very simple little changes that they've done, but it makes things a whole lot easier. I don't really think that impacts your gameplay in any way, quite frankly. There are some things you can do that really make it too easy, so I try to stay clear of that part of it. But so, for instance, like take this this campfire for instance. One of the things I like about that is being able to pull things into it. So I can just set myself up some sort of like storage facility somewhere, for example. So I'll just put this storage cabinet here. Now, I mean, I can easily pick that back up, put it back again, move it somewhere else. It makes life a lot easier. But one of the things I do like, I'll just put a load of this stuff in here for now. I mean, I don't need all these seeds, to be honest, but one of the things I do like is it's being able to pull things. Now, unfortunately, due to some game mechanic you can't. Yeah, I thought it was weird. You have to have something already in there to begin with. So I'll just put the meat there, but once you've got something in there, you can either pull specific resources, or you can click on a blueprint, for instance. With these ones, with the vanilla ones, you don't know how to do these. It's kind of, you've got to go out and learn about them, or go and look up on the wiki or something. But you can always just, you know, cook meat as soon as you just basically turn the fire on. Whereas if you go into here, it specifically tells you that sort of information. It's more applicable to when it comes to making things like kibble, to be honest, where it starts impacting the actual gameplay as such. But in any case, I mean, I just really like this basic ability to be able to pull something from somewhere. I can just, I can just dump things into a storage box and then pull them across. It makes life a lot easier. I don't, literally walking backwards and forwards between storages and that campfire or dinosaurs I might have here. Honestly, I don't see how something like that would impact the gameplay in any way. But once you have got blueprints, it's really good in that you can highlight a blueprint and then just pull the actual resources with that option there. You can repair things and pull all the resources you need to repair a specific item that's broken. So it's really, really handy, I find, for things like that. Now, anyway, I was getting off track a bit. What I'm just basically doing here is I'm putting down some foundations to get started. What I'm going to do is I want to put about 4 forges here, and then I'll be able to start collecting the metal. I'll need some metal ingots just to begin with, because I want to build a smithy, and then as soon as I've done that, I can then start getting the metal tools. So one of the first things I need to do is go out and gather enough resources to build myself just a single forge. But the actual area I'm at, I do quite like it, to be honest, as a good starting point, because you can go up that ramp and round the corner, and there's not really, I haven't seen that much spawning over there. I know in single player it tends to, as far as I'm aware, the game, I mean, I've got like hibernation disabled as a feature on mine, because the computer doesn't get particularly taxed by having things there, but I think they might still go quiet at some form of hibernation as such if you don't visit an area. That was one of the problems with the island I found, is that I could go to caves and there would nothing spawn. I could come back, still nothing spawn. So sometimes that can be a problem. But from what I've found so far, that particular ramp up there, I haven't really found anything other than the odd spider. This ramp, on the other hand, every so often something might come up here, like raptors, especially if they've been chasing something, or hyenodons. So what I'm going to do is, at the top of that ramp there, I'm going to put a wall in, put a gateway in, and then I can keep myself just protected from any of the carnivores that are running around. It says not that many, but I'd rather do it just for like peace of mind, because I've seen once in a blue moon something does actually come up here. And basically I want to be able to leave dinosaurs up there. I want to gather some dodos and some dillos and some stegos to get started, and then I'll start running a kibble farm so that I can get the kibble out of the dodo, so I can then get myself a decent pteranodon. I wonder what that was. Yeah, I want to get a pteranodon so I can go around. I'm not too bothered about the ankle though, I can just turn that up on measure berries. Then it's a case of then trying to progress from there, see where we go from there. Because I could start looking for things like maybe an Argentavis, for instance. An Argy would be a much better option for me to be able to carry things around, especially as I'm going to be trying to gather a lot of metal at the very start, at least. But I think to get started, I think the next thing I want really is I want to finish that crafting area off. So that means I need to gather a load of stone, a load of wood and so on. I don't think I've quite got enough for a forge yet. Yeah, all the rest's up there anyway, so you've got 125. That's actually one thing that's... I don't know what the default range is on these S+ systems, but it's usually quite amusing. Yeah, so I don't have enough hide, for instance. It's warning me there's not enough hide, so technically I'm standing roughly underneath where that storage box is. So I could actually pull things off here. I could have left like the RG over here, for instance, and just pulled the metal up there, but the problem I found is that you get these defense units start coming along. The problem when that happens is they'll kill the angler that I've had. So that doesn't help. So I've got to put it in an enclosure, and as soon as you start building things, it impacts the spawn areas. So I don't want to like get into that sort of like problems of, you know, building something out here, for instance, and then I can't get anything back because it's, you know, I'm impacting the spawn area and so on. So what I want to do is just basically build an enclosure over here. Actually, I'll get that dodo while I'm at it first, because I need hide. Not quite enough. Yeah, I want to build an enclosure out here, so I think I'll build the enclosure about here, and then at least I can just like keep the angular just tucked away, out the way of any predators basically, but particularly those defense units. I haven't seen any, you know, any of particularly high level yet. So that's not too bad, but oh, there's another dodo. Yeah, I think I might be enough to be able to get me my forge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep gathering resources and get that little crafting area built, and then start smelting the iron. Okay, so I've been out and about gathering some more resources. I've been able to build a smithy and a mortar and pestle over there, but I'm out of iron. I don't have enough metal. I've been able to make a pickaxe, so I can start getting better harvesting of the metal nodes. I was actually quite lucky to get that metal pickaxe, the metal hatchet that I've got there. Yeah, that one. I got that off a scorpion. It had come sneaking up the ramp there. It was just hovering around, being a pain. I was going to try and drag it down to the that defense unit down there, but it as luck would have it, there was a terror bird just on the other side of the ramp. So I decided to drag it down this way over to one of the turtles that was hanging around. Got those two to fight it out, and then I grabbed the resources off those two. So that was a bit sneaky, but you do what you can. So it's metal. That was it. It's metal that I need, because my goal is to basically get to the get a long neck. I need a long neck rifle. I want to start getting darts. I'm gonna have to start looking around for an antler sword. So I'm just gonna mine that. Now this should get some things of these now, with there being metal tools. I don't know why. I mean, I'm kind of surprised they actually respawn, to be honest. Because I would have thought like once they'd taken a light down, that would be it. It would be finished. But somehow they do actually come back. I mean, that can make sense like for as a resource point, but it just seems kind of odd. I can understand these sort of things spawning back, I suppose. Stone. Well, I suppose you could argue the same for stone, really, couldn't you? Anyway, one useful thing I found out here is these. They look like crystal rocks. So you get crystal off them. You you also get fragmented green gems. This is something I think I mentioned before about why I've brought this character along. Because by getting green gems, they must have intended for you to be able to then create the some of the gear that you learned in Aberration. So that's quite useful. If you can then just rebuild them. But you wouldn't be able to do that if you were just starting from scratch with a character, because that wouldn't know anything about the engrams from Aberration. Wouldn't be able to learn them on this map either. And I think that was the intention of the playthrough, was that if you go through like playing out the island and then you go through the Overseer boss fight, one of the things that happens is obviously you go through an ascend, and then you end up next on Scorched Earth and so on. So they obviously intended to go through this way. I mean, you would never be able to learn all of the engrams anyway. You've got to have a character of a very high level to be able to learn all of them. Although I don't know, that wasn't the original plan. The idea was to basically like share engrams. Some people learn some people another. But the tribe as a whole learned how to build things. And then there's some blueprints out there that you can just pick up and use instead of actually committing points to them for engrams. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, now that I've got some metal tools, I'm just going to start smelting more ore. I'll need to go out and look for more dinos to hunt. I think I'll probably build a crossbow if I can't get enough to build a long net yet. Because what I want to do is start hunting for more hide. I need more hide and need more meat. So I'm going to get doing that, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've been out and about a bit gathering more resources, and I've got quite a bit of metal there cooking up in the forge. It's going to take me quite a while to be able to get to the point where I can get a long neck rifle, as long as it's like a load of darts that go with them. They need a lot of gunpowder, they need a lot of metal to be able to do it, and it needs a lot of narcotics to do it. So for now, what I've just been doing is I'm just cooking up some narcotics in the mortar and pestle, and I've used some to create some darts, some arrows rather, some tranquilizing arrows, and I made a crossbow for myself as well, because I think the next step really is I need to be able to create a lot more narcotics, in which case I need to go out and about and start looking for something to tame up that can basically get better narcotics than me, which at this stage is pretty much anything really. Possibly a stegosaurus, that would be one good option. Another option is to get an ankylo. I mean, an ankylo can forage as well, and it would kind of like kill two birds with one stone, because I want to get an ankylo that can harvest the metal better than me as well. So what we're going to do now is just to go out looking around and see what we can find. Because ankylos aren't too difficult to get to. It's pretty easy to bring one of those down. I've got some measure berries on me. Yeah, I've got quite a few measure berries. At the moment, I'm just splitting any meat that I can find. I'm just splitting it out because I want this to spoil. So rather than just having an entire stack slowly spoil one piece at a time, I can spoil much more at a much quicker rate. One thing I've noticed is, while I've been out and about though, is that I was pretty sure those defense units don't attack you, and now I'm not 100% sure, because I ran into a dillo at one point because I needed quite a bit of hide, and I think I still do actually. I don't have any still don't have anything covering my feet or hands, but I ran into a dillo and I started attacking the dillo, and I could hear one of these defense units coming up from behind, and I think it might have might have been triggered by me attacking the Dillo because it started attacking me. I mean, I just like ran away, left it alone, just expecting the defense unit would go after the Dillo, but for some strange reason it came after me. I haven't seen it do that. I mean, normally they go after dinosaurs. They just go after any one of them. They don't seem too fussed. I mean, I don't know whether all those sparks mean there's a malfunction, or whether it's just some electric field they have, but for whatever reason they're attacking all dinosaurs. No, it hasn't killed you. I'm just following it around, to be honest, because then I can harvest that. I think it's a moss chops that it was attacking. Yeah, it'll take forever. I really need to find either an ankle or maybe a stego or even a trike. Will do, but yeah, it kind of threw me because I mean, I was just I was hitting this Dillo with a spear. I mean, I've managed to make a metal one now, but at the time I just had a normal wooden spear and I was just attacking the Dillo with one of them. I'm really sure that that this thing didn't get hit by me, because it was coming up from behind. I could hear it behind me, and yet for whatever reason it just actually then started coming after me. It didn't go for the Dillo and then come after me, it went straight for me. So that kind of surprised me, to be honest. Speaking of surprises, yeah, I don't have a spyglass for some strange reason. So what are you? You're a level 25 mil. That's not too bad actually, because I want some low level stegos to get me eggs anyway. Let's just keep looking around for now, otherwise I think I might go and get that low level stego back there. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, see that mega newer over there, probably going to give me some grief. What's that, level 15? Try not to hit the stego at the same time. It's weird being on this map. You can hear things going around in the background. Keep wondering what it is, whether it's like one of these stegos and then a scout and then enforcer or something else. Ah, more arrows. Useful. Now where's that other stego gone to? Because I want to see what level that is. What's that iguana done? Yeah. It's not really worth a while getting one of those, I don't think, if it's low level. If I'm going to use it, I'd use it to go around the map. So that's a 25 mil. I'm sure there was another one I saw, because I was trying to avoid hitting it when I was taking on that mega newer. Oh, there it is there. Now, if I'm going to have a mount to ride around on, I may as well get a decent one. At least for these stegos, 90. If I'm going to get something to ride around on, I may as well get something decent level. With the stegos, you see, I can get low level ones and I can use them for to get eggs. So I've got enough arrows. Ow, 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 ow. You can tell you're trying to hit me, but you're not going to. Oh, no, 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 you muppet, what did I do? That wasn't the plan. Oh no, there's an enforcer, or something's coming out that doesn't like it. Oh, see what I mean? Yeah, see, the enforcers come after me. So that's interesting. So it seems as if you do attack things and you're caught doing it, one of these will come after you. So that's interesting, that. What's more interesting, I haven't even built a bed yet. I can't believe I've done that. Right, so I need to be heading roughly that way. So yeah, so it seems as if these things are, they will attack you, so they'll attack your dinosaurs. If you've got a tame dinosaur, they'll attack you. They'll attack dinosaurs and they'll attack tame dinosaurs. But it looks like they'll attack you if you attack something. Right, anyway, I need to go and find my body and recover all my bits. Now that's interesting. An enforcer attacking a defense unit. I've never seen that before. Wonder what sparked that. I mean, these things are a good source of materials. And I think I might have mentioned before, you can get blueprints off them. The defense units, I haven't seen anything from them. If you attack one of them and kill it, it just eventually just disappears. There's no, you can't harvest it. At least I haven't been able to with a pickaxe or a hatchet. I haven't been able to get anything off them. They don't seem to offer anything, which is odd. But anyway, I managed to get my bits and pieces back, so I need to find some water. Now let's see, so that's my place up there, so there should be some water not too far from here. I've got myself some more trank arrows, but I need to find a stego again, so I can get you for your hide. Probably not too fast, that's what I find. Not too bad. I'm going to look ahead in this direction because I got took out by a blooming raptor around there. I spawned over in that area and then I got attacked by a raptor. Oh, will you stay still? I need your hide. Come here. Oh, only level 75. Right, where was I? Yeah, so that's that place there. So there should be a water source close by here. Hang on. Is that right? That's that there, so it's around here. Yeah, here we are. Hope that's not what I think it is. Just saw this tail wafting around. Makes me think it's a raptor. Ah, that's better. Right, so I'm going to have to get back to what I was doing in the first place, which is to see if I can track down either a stego or an ankle or a trike. Hopefully I've got enough trank arrows. Ugh. A lot of raptors. They're a lot worse than when they started. Now they just pounce on you and you keep you pinned while they chew your face off. They're much harder. Fortunately, there's not many packs I've seen going around here. It's the odd one or two, but I think the plan was for them to be in packs. Normally, when I've seen that, I've been on another map, so I've usually got a better mount. Although they do knock you off your mount, to be fair. Right, I'm going to go back to looking around to see if I can find a dino to tame. Right, well, I found this stego again, so I think I'm going to try and tame it again, but out of view of any of these mechs. I think that's where the problem is. It's one thing taking dinos on, but it's going to be a lot harder when you've got mechs coming after you. Trouble is, I'm coming up close to the outskirts here. Don't want to be too close to there, because I tend to find that's where the carnos and whatever you are. Let's give you some measure berries and see if he'll be any use. Oh wow, got 1 arrow back. 2 arrows back. So you can't like pick them up as such, and they're not like on the actual dino. You've got to somehow like walk up to them to get them back. Ugh. It's going to take forever, this. .2%, wow. Yeah, this is going to take forever. May as well leave you there. I mean, there's some pteranodons around here, but they're pretty low level, to be honest. Not overly enthusiastic about them. I don't want to like go for a high level one until I've got I mean, you can get prime or I haven't seen any mutton yet. Yeah, quicker to tame them, but in the herbivores, but I'd rather do it with kibble. I mean, it's not that crucial because all you want is just something to get around with. I'm not seeing much else out here. What level are you? Level 80 female. There's unfortunately an enforcer over there. Pretty sure if that thing sees me trying to hit something, it'll come after me. Don't really need a moss chops. This is where I think it is. There should be some beavers down here. Yeah, it's in the south corner. South corner? Down on the south side there's a small little valley with water. Must be further up. It's further along there, I think. Yeah, it's further along there, and that's where there was some beavers. Yeah, it was a bit of a bigger pool than that. Trouble is, I think these defense units just tend to take things out. It's good in some respects because it means you don't get stuck with a load of like low-level dinos, but it's a pain in the neck if you want to find dinos and the defense units are killing them. I really should make a spyglass, to be honest. What level are you? No, level 10, so... Is there anything out and about here? Yeah, I need these more for breeding than anything else. Ow, 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 ow. Nope. That's the one you'd given up there. Let's see how you do in comparison. I think I must have done something with the taming settings because I reset these. I reset all the settings, set them back to the defaults, and I tweaked some things like the difficulty settings and what have you. It didn't take, wasn't intending it to take this long. Otherwise, it's just going to take forever. I think what I'll do is I'll just keep an eye out on this one. I'll see how long it takes. But I might have to adjust the settings because this is, I mean, level 10. This seems too long to me. Yeah, I'll pause the video there and I'll come back once this one's tamed up. Well, I've ended up writing off those stegos. I was getting so bored because it was taking so long to tame them. I think I must have completely forgot how long it takes to tame those things on measure berries. I got so used to using kibble. But it was taking so long and I was running backwards and forwards to check on the two of them. Stumbled into some dillos, and so I've actually ended up taming some dillos. These ones are bad. It took about a quarter of an hour to tame some of these ones up. But I've got they're all just little low level ones really. But the idea is I've got two females and a male, so they should start giving me eggs. But I think realistically, if I'm going to start taming those herbivores, I'm going to have to get myself better prepared. I really need. It's going to be a while to get the kibble, so I think what I'll try next is the vegetables. So what I'm going to do next then is I'm going to gather up some more narco berries. It was taking me a lot of narco berries to try to keep these stegos and these dillos knocked out because I didn't have enough narcotics on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way at the moment, just gather enough narco berries to get enough arrows and enough narcotics by hand. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a greenhouse set up. I've really got to get some vegetables if I'm going to get anywhere with these stegos or what have you, because it just takes far too long. So long I just completely forgot that it was taking so long. So I'm going to stop the video there, and off camera I'll just gather up all the narco berries that I need and get myself some more arrows, and then in the next episode we'll start building our kibble farm. So I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Didn't exactly go to plan as I was hoping. I mean, I'm at least getting like a starter foundation put down. There's no point putting that was quick. There's no point putting walls or anything up here. I just need the foundation so I can put things down on top of them. That'll do for now. And later on in the playthrough, I'll start looking for an actual proper base where I can get a good supply of water as well nearby. But yeah, I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, then I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like. Any comments, any suggestions that you've got would be greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, then do please subscribe. Until the next game, thanks, bye.